Hello one and all. We are studying environmental microbiology paper number 15. In that we are studying unit 1 characteristics and treatment of waste generated by dairy industry. So first we will start with introduction of how waste from the dairy is generated. With increase in demand for milk and milk products, many dairies of different sizes have come up in different places, and these dairies collect milk from the producers and then they either simply bottle or market it or produce different milk foods or milk products according to their capacities. So the large quantity of wastewater originates due to their different operations. The organic substances in the waste comes either in the form in which they are present in the milk. The milk मध्ये जे जे organic substance असतात that as it is they are let into the water bodies or in the degraded form due to their processing. While milk is processed, the organic substance present in milk is also processed, so that degraded form can also be present in the water bodies after they are released as waste. Such the dairy waste, though biodegradable, are very strong in nature. So first we will start with origin and characteristics of dairy waste. Here a small mistake is there. So source, what is source or origin of the waste? So liquid waste from a large dairy originate from following sections. First is receiving station. There are many plants in the dairy industry where waste is generated. Receiving station, bottling plant, cheese plant, butter plant, casein plant, condensed milk, dried milk and ice cream plant. And waste also comes from water softening plants and from the bottle and can from the washing bottle and can washing plants. So ह्या सगळ्या प्लांट्स मधून और ह्यांच्या बॉटलिंग किंवा कॅन्स जे असतात त्याच्या वॉशिंगमुळे पण वेस्ट वॉटर जनरेट होऊ शकतो. सो व्हॉट हॅपन्स ॲट द रिसिविंग स्टेशन? In receiving station, milk is received from the farmers and after inspection the same is emptied into large containers for transport to the bottling and other processing plants. So the empty cans are rinsed and washed and sterilized and are returned to the farmers. Okay. ज्या फार्मर्स कडून वॉटर milk घेतलं जातं in bulk quantity, then that containers or cans are washed there. So these washed water is also can lead to the origin of waste water. Then next is bottling plant. At the bottling plant, raw milk is delivered by receiving station is stored. The processing includes cooling, clarification, filtration, pasteurization and bottling. So here is also risk of wastewater generation. Then in above two sections, liquid waste originate out of the rinse and washing of the bottles, cans and equipments, and thus milk and thus may contain milk drippings. म्हणजे वॉशिंगमुळे त्या कॅन्स किंवा इक्विपमेंट्स बॉटल्समध्ये असणारे स्मॉल मिल्कचे पार्टिकल्स मे कंटेन इन दॅट waste water, and also chemicals that is used for cleaning the containers and equipments. Then next is cheese plant. So what is the process of producing cheese? The milk is first pasteurized, cooled, placed in vat where starter and rennet is added. Rennet is an enzyme. So rennet is added and this separates the casein from the milk, and the main part is the separation of whey protein. Whey is withdrawn and curd is compressed to allow excess whey to drain out. Okay. So this excess whey is also contributing to the wastewater. Wastewater from this plant include discharge whey and wash water used for cleaning of vats, equipments, floors, etc. Then next is creamery process. Okay, creamery process. The whole milk is first preheated about 30 degree and to separate the cream from the milk. In the butter plant, the cream is pasteurized and maybe ripened with a selected acid and a bacterial culture. So bacterial culture is inoculated and then it is churned at the temperature of about 7 to 10 degrees Celsius to produce butter granules. So at the proper time, buttermilk is drained out of the churn and butter is washed and after standardization packaged for the sale. So in this process, buttermilk and wash waters used to clean that churns and small quantity of butter may also come out as a waste from the butter plants. Okay, then in some dry milk or milk powder is also produced in the dairies. So in that process, dry milk plant waste contains chiefly of wash waters used to clean containers and equipments. Okay, during all these procedures, some of the milk may get spoiled or soured, and sometimes the skimmed milks are also processed to produce caseins used for the preparation of some plastics. Okay, the waste from this section include whey, washing and chemicals used for the precipitation. Okay, जे spoiled milk आहेत त्याच्यापासून जे finished products or byproducts prepare होतात, it may contain whey, washings and chemicals used for the precipitation. Usually acids are used for the precipitation. Then a very large dairies also produce condensed milk and ice creams. Okay, so they will be also contributing to some of the other quantities of the wastewater. Then dairy waste are very often discharged intermittently. Intermittently means in the steps. Okay, the nature and composition of waste also depend on the type of the product produced and the size of the plants. Then what are the effects on the receiving streams or sewers? The waste is basically organic in nature. Okay, so this is also slightly alkaline when fresh. When these waters are allowed to these waters are allowed to go into stream without any treatment, a rapid oxygen depletion. Okay, rapid depletion of dissolved oxygen content of stream occurs along with the growth of fungi covering entire bottom of the stream and submerged parts of the hydraulic structure within it. So this will lead to the depletion of dissolved oxygen. Then the waste is used to carry occasionally the bacteria responsible for tuberculosis. As we all know, before pasteurization treatment or pasteurization is developed, milk is the milk is important carrier for the Mycobacterium tuberculosis as it provides all the sufficient nutrients for that bacteria and milk हा एक important source होता for the transmission of tuberculosis. So त्या वेस्ट वॉटर मध्ये जर वेस्ट वॉटर ट्रीट केलेलं नसेल before letting into the water bodies, it can also lead to the entry of that bacteria into the water or streams. Although alkaline in condition, alkaline in fresh condition, so fresh condition मध्ये हे alkaline असणार आहे all that waste, but it can the milk waste becomes acidic due to decomposition of lactose into lactic acid under anaerobic condition, particularly after the after complete oxygen depletion of the stream. Okay, dissolved oxygen चा already depletion होणार आहे. So in that particular condition it will lead to the acidity, increase in the acidity of the water. So the resulting condition precipitates the casein from the waste which decompose further into the odorous black sludge. And at a certain dilutions, the dairy waste is found to be toxic to the fishes also. Okay, then dairy waste should be discharged in a fresh condition, as a putrefied waste may cause corrosion to the sewers. That the fresh condition, as we are already discussed, it is discharged intermittently. Okay, in the last point we have studied, it is discharged intermittently, that is in a stepwise manner. So when wastewater is generated, it is directly discharged to avoid the corrosion due to putrefaction of the waste. Then treatment. Although dairy waste can be treated effectively by biological processes, it must be we must take care about the prevention. That is, prevention means to reduce the formation of waste. जर आपण वेस्ट कमीत कमी जनरेट केला तर त्याचं ट्रीटमेंट किंवा पुढे फर्दर त्याचं डिस्पोजल इट विल बिकम इझियर. So moreover, this waste contains sufficient nutrients for bacterial growth, but for economical reasons attempt should be made to reduce the volume and strength of the waste. This is accompanied by how we can prevent or how we can reduce waste formation. If we can do it by prevention of spills, leakages, droppings of milk from cans, then by reducing the amount of water used for washing, then by segregating the uncontaminated cooling water and recycling the same. जर आपण uncontaminated cooling water separate ठेवलं, then we can recycle it for the cooling. Then we can reduce the waste by utilizing the buttermilk and whey for production of dairy byproducts of the good market value. आपण वे प्रोटीन किंवा बटर मिल्क जे आहे ते डायरेक्टली वेस्ट म्हणून वॉटरमध्ये डायरेक्टली त्याचा डिस्कार्ड न करता वी कॅन यूज देम ॲज अ बाय प्रोडक्ट विच विल ऑल्सो गिव्ह अस गुड मार्केट व्हॅल्यू. देन ड्यू टू intermittent nature, that is waste water is discarded intermittently, the waste it is desirable to provide equalization tank. We have discussed about what is equalization tank in the primary treatment. So with or we can use that equalization tank with or without aeration before set for the biological treatment. Okay, before starting the biological treatment we can use equalization tank as a primary treatment of this wastewater. So both in biological treatment we both high rate trickling filters and activated sludge plants can be employed very effectively for complete treatment of the dairy waste. But these conventional methods involve much maintenance, skilled personnel and special type of equipment. So what we can do, we can use waste stabilization pond. Okay, on the other hand, it is a low cost treatment. Low cost treatments like oxidation ditches, aerated lagoon, waste stabilization pond, etc. can be employed with the similar type of equipments and it will lead to less maintenance. Then next is we can use the dairy waste for irrigation after primary treatment in an aerated lagoon. Aerated lagoon मध्ये primary treatment केल्यावरती we can use it for the irrigation. It can be also a good answer for the disposal for dairy waste. So this is all about the characteristics and the treatment of wastewater generated from the dairy industry. Thank you.